Same thing. And you can navigate yourself all the way through the muscle from where your armpit is all the way down. And then when you find the spot of all spots, that's where you stay for your 30 seconds. And you can decide if you want to raise your hip and if you want to do hip dips. Alright. So now we're going to do our quads. So our quads, tight quads, cause us to not use our abs properly. So we're going to go from the tops of our knees, to our hip bone. Now you can do this on 2 legs, like this. And you always want to keep your elbows directly under your shoulders or your hands. If you're on your hands, you want to bring them with you. Alright? Or your elbows, or if you want more pressure, you can lean into one side and do one side at a time, which is what I do. And then you find the worst spot of all spots and stay there. Instead of rocking forward and back, you find the spot and then you can rock side to side. Alright, you can go into that other side if you were doing one side at a time. And then for those of you who have been foam rolling for a while and this might be boring and you want something more to do, you can get into a plank on here, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs, and squeeze your quads, and raise up one leg and bring it down, raise up the other leg and bring it down. So we're going to do marches on the roller. This is advanced, you don't have to do this. This is just if you wanted something more to do. Just in case you find foam rolling too boring. Alright, since we're already in this direction, we're going to do the abductor. So this is like doing a frog pose in yoga. Except you have your roller. It's going to go in this direction. And it's going to go one side of you. It's going to start from your knee, then go all the way through. So your back leg, the one that's not rolling, is kind of straight behind you. And then this one, you can have your knee bent like a 90-degree angle. And bring it through all the way through that muscle. And wherever you decide the worst of all spots is, that's where you'll stay. Now, if you feel like you want a little more something to do, you're in position to do a push-up. So, you can do some push-ups if you want to. Alright, take it to that other side. So foam rolling is a total body massage, but it's also a complete core workout because you are in many different planks the whole time you're foam rolling. It strengthens your wrists. So find that spot of all spots. breakout muscle is right here on your hip. So we're going to take that roller, we're going to be in a side plank. So there's various modifications for the side plank. So your very first one is with your elbow directly underneath your shoulder so that you're supporting your shoulder. The very first modification is going to be with your top foot over, helping to release some of the pressure. If you want more pressure, then you're going to stack your legs. And you can rock side to side once you find that spot. Alright, the next modification would be to raise your leg up. The next one would be to do abduction. And the trickiest trick of all is to try to do adduction. Alright, so now we're taking it down to our IT band. Your IT band goes from right at your knee level up to that spot that we just left. Alright? So get on here, and the same thing. You're going to take all of your same side plank modifications and roll all the way through that muscle using your elbow to navigate you through the muscle, keeping that elbow underneath your shoulder. Now when you found the spot that you really need to use to work on, then you can decide which modification you want. So you can stack, you can bring an arm up, you can bring a leg up, or you can do that abduction. And if it's too much on your elbows, you maybe can go like this too. Alright, now we're going to take it to a muscle you might not have known you have. It's your perennial muscle. It goes from the side of your ankle up to the top of your knee. Alright, so again, this is another side plank. Or you can do it like this, and then you can kind of navigate with your other foot as you bring it like that to try to see where you have the worst of all spots. So some of you might have really tight perennial muscles, so you might not even need a lift up. But if you do, then we're going to do all those same things. You can either be here, 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 or here. All right, we got the other side. And it gets easier. It doesn't ever stop hurting, but it does get easier to figure out how to do it. So it takes a lot of, what's the word? Dexterity. I mean, it takes a lot to foam roll. And I don't know if that's why people stop coming. But it gets easier. You'll get more comfortable with like how to get on the roller and all that. So we're going back to that TFL, the little muscle up on top. And this is the one that you can do abduction if you want to. And this takes a super amount of core. take it down the IT band. Tricks if you want to. We only have a few more muscles left. And then we go into the ball exercise part. Alright. Alright, perennials. Now you really wish you were at Zumba, huh? She thought she was coming to Zumba class today. I'm like, oh man, you're in for a big disappointment. Reverse plank and come up like that, or cross one leg over the other. And switch sides if you are doing one side at a time.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain.
All right, so now we're going to go into our bigger part of our calves. So that goes from the spot we just left all the way up to right below the backs of your knees.
Fire and smoke.
Right around here. And again, you can do the triceps if you want. You can cross one over, or you can do the reverse plank, like that. Alright, other side. Alright, now our hamstrings. So hamstrings go from right above the tops of your knee, at your knee, or the backs of your knee, I mean, and then all the way through to your sit bones. And then you can cross one leg over the other if you want more pressure. I found that I like to get more pressure by doing these leg raises. Raise your leg with your core. Alright, now we're going into the hardest foam roll, in my opinion, and in most people's opinion. So we're going to be like on one side of your hamstring, and then we're going to roll, roll, roll past your booty cheek, and then kind of come down on that that elbow. And so you're doing that muscle that when you're doing this kind of stretch, that muscle that you feel. So it's this muscle right here. And then you can bring that bottom leg up. Once you find that spot, but you should be past your cheek. And it's more like on the side of your hip. And then if you want more, and you've been doing this for a while, you can bring like both legs up and really stretch and roll at the same time. And you can experiment with switching your way you have your legs crossed. All right, and I'll do it from this direction too, so you can maybe see it this way. Alright, so it's right about here. Now cross that leg over. And you don't have to bring your legs up in the air like I am. Or you can. Everybody likes. Home roll everybody likes. So you're going to be at your back. It's your thoracic spine. Or here. And then once you find that spot, come up into a bridge and down. Alright, so now we're going to get our ball. We're going to take our ball, we're going to push it forward to stretch our lats. We're going to use our core to come up and switch. Up and switch. So we're stretching our lats and using our core muscles as we come up. Take the ball side to side. So we're going to push down so that we're stretching our chest muscle. Use your core to come up and press to the other side. Use your core to come up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Alright, so now we're going to do our hip flexor and our hamstring. Hip flexor, hamstring.
Under cloud, beneath the stars, over snow,
And other side.
Flexor. I turn at last to paths that lead home.
With our ball, we're going to rotate, we're going to squeeze the ball as hard as you can with your hands so that you're using your core muscles. can, stretch our TFL to the side.
Night is now falling. So when
Push it to the other side.
the road is now calling, and I must away.
All right, now we're going to do a landmine chop. So you're going to take your ball, push your hips back, the flat back, raise it up.
My
Inhale.
sins that
Exhale.
run down to the sea. To these memories I will hold. With your blessing, I will go to turn and last to that lead home. And
All right, now we're gonna take the ball.
all that takes me,
And we're going to hold a plank on your knees.
we
You
came
want your
all
body
this
to be
way.
one straight line from your forehead to your tailbone. Now from there, you want to try to go into a push-up. You can do that, but keep your body in one straight line. Push. As you're down, push with your core to bring yourself up. All right, then you can, or you don't have to, advance to a toes plank. Here. Now hold that ball, or hold your body in one straight line. And then, if you can, we're going to try to lower down into a push-up and back up. So this one's rather extreme, so be careful with this one. Try to get yourself in one straight line, so not like this. You need to bring it forward. Alright? And then. Alright. So now, those of you that come to my extreme TRX class, and some of the moves were too extreme, you can practice those moves on the stability ball. Okay, so in the extreme TRX class, your feet are in the straps of the suspension trainer. So it makes it a little more wobbly than the ball. So practicing on the ball makes it a little bit easier. So I think everybody should be able to do this. If you can't do that, you can at least, everybody I know can do this. Nah, probably won't be. So you can start from here if you want, and as you get stronger and stronger, you can walk yourself out like this. And then if you want to advance this, you can do in and out. And then that pike that happens on the TRX, you can practice on the ball. Like this. So that's going to take some practice. All right? So you might want to practice just in a plank. And then as you get stronger and stronger and more comfortable, you can advance to those other movements. All right, so now we're going to end with a get up. A get up is very involved.